Children, as Greta Thunberg has shown, can change the course of history. Like many of us, children are concerned about climate change and want to do something about it. I'm Ghazala Ahmed Mir and I live in Tideswell, Derbyshire. In 2018, I was part of the South Pole Energy Challenge, the first polar expedition to use only renewable energy. To raise awareness of what I was doing, I started talking about my expedition to schools, hospitals and clubs. Clearly inspired by fabulous images of the Antarctic wildlife and wilderness, I was overwhelmed by the thank you letters from 50 9 to 10-year-olds informing me of what climate actions they had decided to take. The genesis of the School Climate Challenge was born after chatting to my friend Steve Platt in January 2020.
I'm Steve Platt and I live in Hathersage in Hope Valley, Derbyshire. I'm a social scientist and a trustee of Hope Valley Climate Action. Following Ghazala's experience of visiting schools, we agreed that this presented a unique challenge for HVCA. The question was, how could we harness children's enthusiasm for climate action and give them the tools to take the next steps? I've used card games successfully in various settings, so I devised a card game with 6 suits: travel, home energy, consumption, nature, communication, and money matters and campaigning. The card game would help children choose things that they could do themselves and engage their families.
To take this project to all the schools in Hope Valley, we costed the requirements and gained generous grant funding from both Breed and Hope Cement Works and Foundation Derbyshire. By March 2021, we were ready to deliver the project in person, but the continuing COVID-related lockdowns with school access restrictions and staffing issues stalled us greatly. To secure delivery of the project, we piloted it online with 61 children at 4 schools just beyond Hope Valley, thanks to the fantastic help of head teachers at Tideswell and the Woodland Federation of Great Hucklow, Peak Forest and Stony Middleton schools.
When we were satisfied that the sessions were working well, we went ahead and contacted all 11 Hope Valley schools in July 2021 by phone call and email. To help promote the project, Ghazala made a short intro video that would engage teachers, the children and their parents to show them what to expect.
As video was to be so important in communicating our findings, it was essential to gain parental consent for filming, which the schools very kindly processed.
By September, we were ready to start visiting schools and meeting the children.
Come on in, welcome to Purple Primary School.
So I'm going to take you and share with you my journey to Antarctica. We began each session by sharing my story of the South Pole Energy Challenge. My aim was to engage children with the wonders of Antarctica and educate them about the effects of climate change on this beautifully pristine environment and how it will affect us all globally. This led to lots of questions about my expedition, and with some prompting, we explored the causes of climate change, the way we live, and what the children are already doing about it.
I was excited to hear Ghazala and Steve were coming to my school. I wanted to hear more about climate change and what we could do about it.
When I heard the school climate challenge was coming to Derbyshire, I felt quite proud that primary schools were taking action and trying their best to keep this planet alive.
Why was I telling you about Antarctica?
Because there's a lot of things happening in Antarctica to do with climate change and global warming.
And the sea level rises, what happens?
So those of you who can't walk to school, is it because you live too far away?
I live in Ireland.
Okay, who else?
I can't because it would take quite a while.
Lobby means to go to somebody and make an argument, to persuade them to change their minds about something or to change their policies. The children then formed groups of 4 to play the rummy-like card game. By exchanging cards, they aimed to end up with 3 new climate action pledges. The game provoked an animated discussion, with the children explaining to each other why they had chosen or rejected particular cards.
Well, it isn't slated. The thing is now that costs money, which I do not have much of. One thing I won't even get tonight.
They wrote their 3 chosen actions on a pledge card to take home. We also took a tally of these for each class to have a record of what they intended doing.
Yes, that's good.
At home, the children told their parents about the session and what they wanted to do.
Yes, we can always plant more trees, definitely.
I wish to pledge that we'd get an electric car, but that's quite an expensive thing, and I definitely need to talk to my parents about that.
The pledge card also had a QR code to an online version of the card game they could play with their parents to make family pledges.
By Christmas 2021, we had visited all the schools, engaging over 300 children. We had planned to return 3 months later. However, due to COVID, these follow-up visits took until July 2022 to complete.
The main purpose of the follow-up was to get the children to reflect on the challenge and how well they had managed their pledges with their families. The children recorded new tally sheets of the things their families were doing.
Because there were only a few submissions of the online card game, our impression was that the challenge had failed to engage families. Nothing could have been further from the truth.
To our pleasant surprise, almost without exception, the children had been able to involve their families in thinking about climate emergency and take action.
We found they changed the way they travelled to school. They became more aware of energy saving by turning off lights. They ate more plant-based foods. They consumed less and they valued nature more. They even wrote to their local MP, demanding a change in government policy.
On the sheet that we were working with, it had a tick list, and one of the things on it was write to your MP, and I got inspired to do that from that sheet and also from Giselle and Steve.
I think it's an interesting idea to use renewable energy because it can help in the future help our children by using more wind turbines.
I think that we could help climate change by swapping some of the things that we use, like using fake meat, eating more vegetables and buying locally sourced food.
In conclusion, children are keen to be ambassadors for the planet. 9 to 12-year-olds are an ideal group to work with. Our school climate challenge has proved to be a highly effective, fun and interactive session that engages, educates and empowers children to take action on climate change.
Hope Valley Climate Action are doing a great job of sending the message out that that we need to do something and we need to act now.
It makes me feel I want to do more to reduce climate change. We need to change the way we live.
You too can do this. We have produced a teacher's pack that is available on the HVCA website so other schools can run the challenge. And remember,